All right, Debbie, so in this video, I want to talk about what it's like to work from home. So if you don't know, I've been running my own online businesses for the last 20 years or so, mostly all from home. And this is just my thoughts from my own experience. So before we begin, here is the winner from yesterday's $30 cash contest. So this is the top commenter from yesterday, or it was 2 days ago, for that video. Congrats to the winner. There's $30 for you. So we're going to restart the competition here today. Just comment something about working from home or share your experiences working from home, and you can potentially win $30 here today on this video. So I've been working from home for a long time, and whenever I talk to people that have real world jobs, and I tell them that, I work from home, I have my own online businesses that I run from home, they're always like, man, you're so lucky. I wish I could work from home too. So this is definitely one of those scenarios that where they say the grass is always greener on the other side. Totally applies to work from home. There are trade-offs and advantages. So let's talk about the advantages first. And this is the main thing that people kind of think of, the main benefits of work from home. Here's from my experience. First of all, you're in control of your destiny. So you're able to make more money than you potentially, from my experience, so this is, other people might say otherwise. I know I can make more money working for myself and working from home than I can working a job out in the real world. So that's advantage number one. Advantage number two is you really get to know yourself. You get to know what you're good at, your strengths, your advantages, and you almost are forced to become comfortable or content with your own company. So I noticed, and we'll talk about this in a minute, I noticed people that work for other people or work jobs or work in groups, they are so concerned about what everyone else thinks about them, their standing in the group, and their relations and all that. And it's only natural, this is the way we're wired, that they never really get to know themselves. So you learn a lot about yourself and you become more of an individual by working from home, just the way it happens. The third thing is that you have a lot of time to spend and invest into yourself. So because of that, I'm always constantly improving. When I'm not working, which is those 2 hours or 3 hours a day, I've been working a lot more recently, keep that in mind. But when I'm not working, I'm reading, I'm working out, I'm getting better at stuff, and I have the time to do it. So I'm constantly growing and getting better and better each day, and that kind of allows me to keep working from home because I constantly have the ability to improve every single day. So that's another advantage. The fourth advantage is that, I truly believe this, is that it's almost impossible to do something great when you're in a group. And what I mean by that is, just the great people off the top of my head, like Michael Phelps, for example, he spent, I think it was like 12 hours per day on his own, swimming on his own, in his own head, getting better, focusing on himself. So because of that, because you're able to spend so much time alone, away from the group, I think that's really the only way to truly do something great. Like another person that thinks off the top of my head is like Bill Gates. I remember, if you read the story, he would literally just spend like 12 hours in front of a computer screen on his own, programming, building the empire. And I think that it's only possible to do that when you spend a lot of time alone, because you have to focus on your craft, and there's no, especially online business and computers, working in a group as far as building and founding the business, I don't really think is beneficial. Now, people will argue that, I guess it depends on the personality type, but personally I believe you're better off to build an empire, to do something great. You have to know yourself and have to spend a lot of time building something on your own. But what I mean by that is investing back into yourself. So let's talk about the disadvantages. The disadvantages this is the main one. I really can't think of anything but this, is that you tend to go a little bit crazy when you spend too much time around. I just don't think that we're wired to be isolated, so to speak. And because of that, I think it has a way of creating a lot of anxiety. Because I just don't think when you're working at home, you just don't feel like you're actually doing anything, even though you are. So because you're not out there getting constant reference points from other people and socializing with other people, it just has a way of making you think that you're crazy, even though you're not. You have a way of developing a lot of anxiety about all kinds of different things that are not even real. It just has a way of doing it. So along with that, you got the anxiety, a little bit of depression sometimes kicks in if you're not careful. But there are things that you can do to keep that off. Like as long as you're constantly investing in yourself, this is from my experience, that all that kind of goes away. Now, with that said, I noticed one thing about people that work in groups is that they're very concerned about what other people think of them, and there's always small dramas like, oh, that guy didn't show me the right respect. He didn't he didn't make me feel good. They're so concerned about what people think about them that I think that's a drawback. I think that's a huge negative of working in groups and out there in the real world, is that being so dependent on what other people think about you. I think it really hurts your ability to succeed in life, from my opinion, because what happens is that this is what I noticed when I started. There was a period there, like 3 years, I was really working from home. I wasn't spending much time around people, so I was like, man, I need to start spending more time around people. So I started joining more like hobby groups, like martial art groups. And I noticed, like, God, they're so petty. They're so petty about the most insignificant matters. They spent so much of their energy gossiping. We're talking about who has issues with who. And when you work from home, you realize none of that stuff really matters. So along with that, it's really hard to relate to people when they're concerned about these minute, insignificant disputes and like personal disputes over issues that are not even real. So because of that, you're spending so much of your time like, God, I wonder what that person thinks of me now. Like, who do I have to now mend relationships with? So you're spending half of your energy trying to mend stuff that doesn't even need to be mended. And because of that, I think you're never able to get out and do something great. So where I'm going with this is that if you're serious about creating your online business, and there are a lot of perks. Like when I look back on my life, like I don't regret any decisions that I've made about working from home, doing my own online businesses. Like where I am, I'm very happy with where I'm at. Now, with that, there comes a loss in that where I'm going with this is that with the working from home, you kind of sacrifice the interaction with people. So it depends on what type of person you are. I notice that I'm pretty much happier spending more time building up my empire versus putting time and effort into other people when in the end, they're going to let you down anyway. That's just human nature. So all in all, I think that if you want to work from home, if that's something you truly want to do, there are a lot of benefits from it. And I think the first thing you need to start focusing on is how you can get away from the group and keeping your mind intact while doing so. That's really hard. It was really hard for me as far as when I started interacting with like groups of people. It's difficult. So with all that said, guys, that's just my thoughts about my experience in working home for the last 20 years. Hopefully it's provided some insight for you. Definitely the grass is always greener on the other side. That is true in this situation. All right, so with all that said, if you want to make the leap as far as working from home, online affiliate marketing is definitely one of the best places to start, in my opinion. And basically the best way to start is with Amazon. This is a great way to get some initial income coming in while you learn the ropes. So I do have a free guide you can access. It's at deadbeatuniversity.com/guide, or the link is below in the video description. And again, this will walk you through A to Z how to start your own affiliate marketing business from home starting today. So my name is Dan Brock, the Deadbeat Super Affiliate. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, what do I usually say? Comment below, share this video with your friends, subscribe, join the Deadbeat Revolution today. Circle subscribe button right here. Check out my other videos. I'll see you deadbeats later. Oh, by the way, I'm releasing a really good tutorial series tomorrow and over the next few days about how to create an info marketing business on on ClickBank and jvzoo.com. So these are great platforms to start making an info marketing business on. I'm teaching this over the next few days for free on my channel here today, so keep an eye out for those videos. All right, all that said, time for Danny Boy to go take a nap.